Afternoon, comic book fans. Welcome back to Ka-Pow Comics. I'm your Evan host, Shorty, and today is new comic book day. Kind of, suppose, tomorrow. But what we've got is stuff here. We haven't got everything here, though. There's a couple of noteworthy things missing, but I don't think they've been ordered by anyone, apart from me. I'm the only one who's going to be let down by this. For the most part, I think everything is here, and they've even sent us a couple extras. So hopefully nobody's going to be annoyed about this one. But for me, number one, because it's one of the things I ordered, and number two, I think the two most expensive lines on our invoice list are the things that aren't there. For instance, we have the amazing Hydra Stomper, Stomp, 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 which is brilliant. I love it. But we're also supposed to have Obadiah Staines and his Ironmonger thing, I think it was, which is like a really nice big 2-pack thing. Never turned up. Crying shame. What we're also missing is the big supersize Umbrella Academy Volume 4 stroke 1 point something, which is the Telstra Umbrella Academy, and that's what I ordered for myself. So there's ordered one that should have come in this week for me and an extra to go on the shelf, but none of them have arrived. But this is a week for big shiny things. The first thing I'm going to show you here is one of said big shiny things, and the reason it's out is basically because I ordered just one of this because it's £90, which is not cheap. Student discount, get you an extra £9 off. Brilliant. But we ordered this just the first volume of it to kind of gauge interest and see if anyone will be interested in getting it. And if so, maybe we can order volumes 2 and 3 as well. But for £90, it's a lot. It's a bit of a risk, but it is quite shiny. The Hard Goodbye Sin City Book 1. Gorgeous slipcase with extra stuff in there as well, with art prints and what have you. Hardcore exclusive to this edition, featuring soft touch matte finish, spot gloss, foil stamping, and gilded page edges. Sketchbook and never before published development art. Pin-up gallery with art from Joyce Chin, Amanda Connor, Klaus Janssen, Paul Pope, Philip Tan, and Gerardo Zaffino. Matching portfolio featuring deluxe print of new artwork by Frank Miller and a cloth cover slipcase with screen printing and foil stamping. Shiny, shiny, shiny. £90 worth of shiny though, so we'll see how this one goes. Very much just trying it out, hoping that someone's going to be watching this and go, oh my god, that's amazing, I cannot live without it. Don't worry, if you're a Sin City fan and you can forgive Frank Miller for his rampant racism a few years ago, then we've got something that's a bit more within your price range, no doubt. But before we get to that bit, we've got just loads and loads of stuff. So I'm going to move things around a little bit to make life easier for me. First off, you have Noctera Volume 1. Somebody has reserved one copy. I think we've got one spare. New Justice League trade, Death Metal, which I think that might be the paperback and the hardback I went in for a while. New Flash is new though. Action Comics Volume 5, which I think is Bendis still carrying on. Speaking of Superman, I've got the first 3 issues of Superman Son of Kal-El all finally arrived for me. First time I had to be second print, it's totally sold out, but I'm really looking forward to sitting down and reading them all again because it was brilliant. Speaking of Sin City, rather wonderful, just paperback. It is still lovely and all sealed. So it will, when you get it, it will be lovely and shiny. I think only £23 rather than $89.99, so definitely cheaper. Buffy to Vampire Slayer, Volume 7. Deadbeats London Calling, which has a barcode on, because the other one didn't, which is weird. Shadow Service, trade paperback, Volume 2. Really, I'm still a fan of that one. Very much looking forward to, anyone who's been waiting for it to getting it, because it's fantastic. Cameron Scott doesn't necessarily do everything I like, but that is one thing he does very, very well indeed. Dead Dog's Bite. First of all, other really cool hardback things. This is absolutely spectacular. This is one that I've kind of not specifically ordered for myself, because I've got a lot this month to buy. But I kind of thought, if nobody else gets it, and it's still here next time I get paid, I'm taking this one home with me. Genuinely loved it. Read every issue as it came out, and the fact that it's first dropping as a really nice Dark Horse hardback will look great on the shelf. Other things though, Fangoria magazine for the dude who gets that. Vampirellus Carmella for the other dude who gets the other thing. This is one that we're basically just trying out. Monster Fun Halloween Spooktacular, because of course it's spooky. Basically, kids book from Rebellion, people who do 2000 AD. And it's always nice to get stuff aimed at kids rather than stuff aimed at grown-ups that kids might be able to read. So we've got a couple of those and just try it out. If you're interested, give me a shout. A couple of other nice big deluxe things. Jeff Lubb and Tim Sale's The Long Halloween in deluxe hardback. Now, my first thought when I saw this was, I must have ordered this because we simply can't get it in payback anymore. But somebody actually did order this one, so that's for them. What I'm less sure on, the Arkham Asylum deluxe hardback. I have to check if somebody's down for this one as well. This just could be another situation we just can't get it in paperback. This has been happening a lot. But that's all that. So on to some manga and other related things now. Starting with, let me rearrange those because I think, if you get them all in the right order, they've got like a nice connecting spine cover. But what we have today is Smoke and Shadows and The Search from Avatar: Last Airbender. They're the omnibus ones, so you get the full story in one book rather than split over three. We have a new JoJo. This is Part 5, Volume 1, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Part 5, Golden Wind. If that means something to you, brilliant. Another new one, Jujutsu Kaisen, Volume 11. We are still struggling to keep up with the huge manga demands, though. This is one we kind of got because somebody recommended it, and when I saw the title, I'm like, yeah, Toilet Bound Hanako-kun, should I say. No idea what it's about, not at the back, but with a name like that, it's got to be at least vaguely interesting. And Assassin's Creed Valhalla, the Tokyo Pop manga, which looks very nice indeed. Right, I need to slide a whole bunch of these around and hopefully not knock them onto the floor. Okay, there we go. That's maintained control. Nicely done there, even if I do so myself. Now on to comic books. Now, the first one is one that I was actually kind of tempted to read the last issue of, simply because it is a new creative team after a while. Don't get me wrong, Spencer's been in it for a while, but not as long as others have. But I totally just missed out on it. But Amazing Spider-Man. So, yeah, beyond Chapter 2, which I think people have been saying some reasonably pleasant things about. There's going to be some Batman today, just for people watching at home. Just be aware that this is a Batman day. And there's also a few stuff that's supposed to be out last week, but DC Comics, and this goes for everyone. Even if you don't shop with me, it's worth you knowing you're a comic book fan. Everyone in the world is struggling a little bit with regard to getting comic books in. There's a lot of delays. DC Comics struggling more than most. Basically, problems with getting stuff printed out on time. A lot of stuff that was supposed to arrive last week, didn't even get to Diamond UK until Friday, and since that's the day when everything gets picked and packed, there's no chance for it to be processed, so it's arrived this week. Speaking of which, Arkham City Order of the World does look very, very cool. I really like the idea of this one. I have, unsurprisingly, gone for the variant cover. I actually really do like the basic one, though. It's that kind of really nice mix of the Tim Burton-esque on the bottom and the really nice, almost Dan Mora, Jordi Belair colouring on the top there as well. Definitely looking forward to that one. Army of Darkness, 1979, issue 2. Excellent cover. Right. Avengers, World War She-Hulk. Apparently that is a thing. I would know. I've not been reading Avengers for a very long time. We also have Tech on Avengers, so double Avengers. But you know what? Let's carry on with the Batman, shall we? Batman, The Adventures Continue, Season 2, Issue 5. Regular cover for the regular folks, and a variant for the guy who wants that. And I really like that variant. That is very cool. But I thought we were done with Batman. Oh, we're not done with Batman. It's the audio adventures now. We've just got a couple of these. Nobody specifically asked for this one, but I like the idea of it, and I do like that cover. But it's another one of the square bound fellas, which will set you back £9. But very much looks like you're going to get your money's worth. But just when you thought we were done with Batman, oh no, we're not. It's time for The Imposter. Don't really know much about this one. I think Mattson Tomlin is a screenwriter, which can work. Ridley, who did the Secret History, brilliant. So I've got looking forward to. But also, it's Jordi Belair on the colours, and she can do no wrong as far as I'm concerned. Batman, Scooby-Doo Mysteries. And just in case you're thinking, yes, but surely there's not any more Batman Urban Legends. Batwoman on the cover there, looking very, very cool. Variant, less interesting, I think. I like what's going on there. I like the skull work on the bottom. Very, very cool either way, though. Black Hammer Reborn from Jeff Lemire, for the people who love their Jeff Lemire. Black Panther Legends, not even aware that was a thing until it arrived. Can't remember ordering it. Blade Runner Origins, dude in trench coat, scary. Blue and Gold plus the $1 million debut of Buggles. So that's a thing. I'm not sure if anyone's actually ordered that one. I'll have to wait and see. Chicken Devil came in last week, but the cover C with the chicken mask on the cover only just arrived now. Somebody else specifically asked for that one. I think they're in for a treat. The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. Dun, 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 after a very long time, it is back. Fellowship got at least one person down for that. Compass, which I regret not keeping up with. I've been hearing good things. But one thing I have been happy with, I think this is final issue, and I will miss it. It has been brilliant. DC Horror presents The Conjuring presents a lover, with the very cool VHS cover for me. My favorite thing about those is the kind of old school approach they've taken to the horror, with like the ongoing is kind of cool, and I'm enjoying it. But it's the backstory I like and the fake adverts I like. Darkhold spin-off, Iron Man, loving that. That is creepy ass cover. Deep Beyond issue 9, have not kept up that one, unfortunately. Engine Ward, oh yeah, George Mann, really good steampunk writers. Eternals Forever, by Ralph Macchio, because it's not Kieran Gillen, hardly anyone's gone for that one. DC Future State Gotham, and for the first time in a while, we've got a Future State Gotham. We've actually got the variant covered in the same week rather than having to wait a week. So that at least is something that DC's done right. Gamma Flight, which is, I think, the last issue of Ewing. We're doing that. Don't worry, we've got some more Ewing coming for you. But one thing that I'm looking forward to giving a quick read to, Harley Quinn, the Eat, Bang, Kill tour. Second issue of that one. First issue was a lot of fun. One on my pull list, He Who Fights With Monsters, reviewed that fairly recently, and gotta say it was better than I was expecting in certain ways, but I'm missing some supernatural. I'm hoping it gets creepy soon. Homesick Pilots, regular cover, of which they've sent us 2 loads of 5 instead of the 1 load of 5. So I'm really hoping that's going to have some secret first appearance in there, which are going to be worth a fortune in the future. I've got loads of them. Probably isn't, though. Speaking of Al Ewing, as I was earlier, it is the final issue of the Immortal Hulk. And yes, it is a square-bound bad boy. £9 one, so $10 for that. It is a shame that it's going to end, but I kind of like the idea of like complete stories rather than just be carrying on until, you know, the sales kind of drop as being the reason it ends rather than having a good ending. Iron Man 13, excellent artwork on the cover there, with the variant, which I almost totally forgot. Joe Jusko, the Marvel Masterpieces. James Bond, I want to say New James Bond. Yes, it is a new one. Chimeros. I am totally out of the loop on James Bond. I've got friends who've seen the movies who keep coming in and telling me about them, and I can just kind of nod and smile. I'm like, yeah, I remember watching some of those in the 80s when I was a kid. Don't really know much about the current ones. Joker, I am absolutely loving this. It's been fantastic. And I've got the variant cover there, which looks absolutely brilliant. Really, really nice version of the Joker. Almost rocking a kind of Two-Face vibe, but not entirely. And there's definitely more going on in that story than they're letting on. Kang the Conqueror, issue 3. I've not read any of that, so I don't know what's going on with it. Khazar, Lord of the Savage Land, issue 1 did really well for us. A lot of people were happy with that one. Life is Strange. I think this was picked up last week, maybe. More Jeff Lemire, Maze book. Issue 1 was entertaining enough, but still didn't quite land for me. Miles Morales, Spider-Man. Fully into the new suit now. It looks like Starling on the cover. Speaking of Starling, I found first ever appearance of Starling in my back issues. So I checked online what they're going for. That is £70. It's a nice little surprise. Moon Knight issue 2, second printing, I think. Yeah, second printing variant cover. Marvel Tales, Ms. Marvel. We don't really get those in except for one person because I like to get some like classic stuff all together, but they are available if people want them. Second box now. Bear with me. Heavy box. Okay, My Little Pony. Yay. Nice House on the Lake. Give me a second because I've got number 3, which was delayed and has finally arrived because we didn't order enough. So yeah, but number 4, no, number 4, before we had number 5, isn't it? Yeah. I am loving the base covers for them, but I have gone for the variants. So I'm sticking with it. But that is really nice. I do like the colouring on that one. Okay, I'll put those to one side. Because this box is quite full and I need some room to work. Non-Stop Spider-Man. After 2 weeks, I think that's all of them finally arrived now. Neil Gaiman's Norse mythology. Well out of the loop on that one. I've read the original book and I like it, but the comic book just didn't grab me. Second Coming, Only Begotten Son, issue 6. So I think that's that done with now. Secret Land. Read one thing by that creator and it didn't grab me enough to make me put that down. Shang-Chi, Meet the New Iron Man. I find that unlikely. 6 Sidekicks of Trigger Keaton, issue 5. I'm definitely looking forward to reading this one in trade. I think the pacing on it maybe didn't land for me as a single issue kind of thing, but looking good. Sonic the Hedgehog, number 45, because there's people who still just get Sonic the Hedgehog all the time. New one from DC Horror. That's on Soul Plumber. We've had a lot of people ask for this one, and this is another situation with comic book ordering that I always feel kind of bad having to explain to people, but we ordered this one 2 months ago, and 2 people were down for it, and I was one of them, and I got the variant cover because I thought they were really cool. I'm mainly down for it because I like John McCrea, and I heard he was involved, so I thought, yeah, I'll give it a shot. I like the DC Horror stuff. I like John McCrea. Turns out it's also involving people in a podcast, which means every single one of my other ones has been claimed now. So I do apologize if you're down for it and you've missed out, or sorry, if you're down for it, you've got it. If you came in last week asking for it, no chance. Sorry. Star Trek Mirror War issue 1. First issue of that arrived last week or the week before, so yeah, that's just a allocation issue. Star Wars Dr. Aphra, War of the Bounty Hunters, with a variant edition, which looks like an odd choice for a variant edition. Looks more like a fact file kind of thing. Got some more Star Wars though. It's not a crazy heavy Star Wars week, but there's enough there. Got the High Republic Trial of Shadows, which is just a one shot within the High Republic universe. Star Wars War of the Bounty Hunter. Yeah, this is just the mini series, issue 4 of that one, with a carbonized variant cover, which, as far as I can tell, just means black and white. Strange Adventures, a final issue. I've been really, really enjoying this one. It's gone down some routes I wasn't expecting. That is a pretty cool cover with the variant cover. I like that all of the regular variants have had little crossover kind of moments within the cover design. Gonna basically go home and read the entire thing at some point because it's gonna be great. Superman and the Authority, issue 4 of 4. Now this one, there is no variant cover because every single time I read the variant cover, I preferred the regular one, so I'm just stuck with that for now. Really looking forward to reading that one. It's a Superman kind of day. Symbiote Spider-Man Crossroads, issue 4, just doing what it's doing. Telepaths, issue 2 of 6 for the J.M. Krasinski fan. Transformers, 35. This is another one that went to allocation, came a few weeks ago. That's all of them now. Transformers King Grimlock, issue 3. Apologize, my phone was beeping there. It's probably somebody in the who wants to come in the shop whose message is be like, why aren't you open? Because I have to close it to do this, I'm afraid. Because I love you all at home. Transformers Wreckers, Tread and Circuits. Nice long title there, but I do like that. That's got a very old school kind of feel to that cover. In case anyone's a bit more Jeff Lemire in their life, the third one from them this week, the unbelievable Unteens. Vampyverse, yay. 140,000 Sisters of Battle. We have issue 2, which will be put on order, so that's arrived. And issue 3, the regular cover, of which we have a whole pile of. And then a couple of the variants for people asking the variants. Okay, White, issue 4. This is a frustrating one. This has come down to allocation, but we weren't sent any. One of the guys who ordered this one has been coming for 2 and 3 and asking what's happened to it. And I'm like, well, it's on order. We ordered it before final order cutoff. It should have been with us. And I've checked. We definitely ordered it through FOC, but we're just waiting for them to get more. So that's really, really frustrating. Wonder Woman, The Adventures of Young Diana special from Bel Air again. She does do some pretty good writing. I mainly know for colouring, but I might check that one out. World of Darkness, Crimson Thor. Basically, if you've been down for the Vampire the Masquerade, you're probably going to want to check that one out. X-Force, which bold but not particularly inventive cover. But then we get X-Men, and man, I like that. Really like that. I want to pick up all of Dugan's work. I can't wait to give this all a proper read through. Keep selling out this. I never have a chance to read them, but they look good. Okay, I've got like a few things to review this week. I probably might sneak an extra one in before I go to the pub tonight. But if not, you'll get it on Wednesday morning. And because of looking at the time, it's already 1:15. I've got a lot of comic books to sort and a lot of stuff to add onto my system. Probably not going to get invoices out today again. Do apologize for people who kind of got used to the Tuesday afternoon invoices, but when my delivery arrives at 8:30 in the morning as opposed to 10 to 12, it really does affect how much time I've got in a day to get stuff done. I try my best to get stuff processed, invoices sent, and if they're paid for it, get it to the post office before final pickup on the Wednesday, but that's the best I can do. Please bear with me. I am trying my best to get you your comic books. But that being said, I hope there's enough there to keep you all happy. And if you don't hear from me today, I'll be back tomorrow. Until then, look after yourself, everyone. Stay safe.